Thank you, Judge Tibbles. Our next speaker is Joryn Jenkins, an esteemed member of our organization, who's got words to say to all of us about the topic at hand.
I'm scaring y'all because I have a piece of paper which is not typical of me, but I'm also not talking about marketing, which is what I usually talk about. I will say that I have to thank Professor Friedman. He stole some of my thunder. So what you're going to hear from me, I'm happy to say, actually, he's sort of alluded to already. But I want to share with you my thoughts. Holly and I have both been involved in WCIW for the last 3 years. I'm happy to say that I've actually gotten several divorces out of, several collaborative divorces out of my participation in WCIW. So there's something to the marketing, which we can always talk about as far as I'm concerned, but that's not what I'm here for. I really want to talk about creativity, innovation, and collaboration, hence my notes, because this is a new topic for me. I really had to give this some thought, and I don't want to forget anything that I came to. So I think the first question is, how do we define creativity? And Jim talked about that a little bit. Creativity, in my thinking, is the intersection of curiosity, which he's mentioned, knowledge that we may already have, imagination, obviously, and to some degree, evaluation. I think there are 3 levels or layers of creation. You've got discovery, the phase where you become aware of something that you weren't aware of before, something that's new to you. An apple falls on your head, and suddenly you have this thought. Invention. You develop your discovery of whatever it is beyond itself into something that's original and different from what anyone else has done with it, like the light bulb. Innovation. You hone that invention into something that's unique. Maybe unique because you yourself, Joryn, or Judge Tibbles, or Holly created it. No one else can create that for some reason. And that ideally is the highest level of creation. So then the question becomes, how do we accelerate, and he alluded to this, how do we accelerate our ability to create and to innovate? And I want you all, as I go through my thoughts here, kind of briefly, I'm halfway through already. I want you to think about the collaborative process roadmap, okay? So I think that we have to be observant. We have to be alert and sensitive. We need to sharpen the blade. We need to take everything in, kind of like a 5-year-old, right? And think about this. This is when we're doing our initial client interviews and we're preparing our reports to the rest of the professionals on the team. And we're identifying our clients' interests as opposed to their positions. We're being observant and we're taking everything in and we're asking questions. We're being curious. Expand your exposure. So seek diverse experiences, venues, cultures, and people with whom you might not otherwise interact. Exposure will feed your subconscious with fresh ideas. Subconscious is where a lot of this work goes on, I think, in adults at least. So think about that. You've got a new client, someone you've never met before, and you're probably working with a new team. It may be 3 professionals that you've already worked with and 1 new one, but it's always a new team. It's something new and fresh and different, and the perspectives are interlapping and creating. Okay, expand your knowledge. Expand what you know. So how do you do that? Podcasts, books, seminars, especially outside your comfort zone, outside your profession. I study a lot of, when I started studying the marketing, all of it was new and fresh to me, and I got so many great ideas, not just for marketing, but for my collaborative cases. It was so new and exciting. defer judgment, right? So be open to new concepts and approaches, defer judgment. What is that? That's brainstorming. That's what we do in every single case. We brainstorm and we just toss ideas around. And there's no bad idea. How many times do we say that in our introductory classes? There's no bad idea. Just throw them out there. We defer judgment. And then we incubate. We incubate those ideas. We let them percolate, simmer them with all the other information in our client base, in our, knowledge base. And what's that? That's our problem solving. That's what we're doing in our collaborative divorces. That's why our collaborative divorces are so exciting and they're so empowering. I really want to say that this is probably the room that I am most comfortable with, because we are still the 5-year-olds in this collaborative process. I mean, it's really true. Everything, I really got to say, everything that he said just really touched me to the core. And it's why I love doing what I do now that I do it. After 42 years. Thank you.